All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dylan Hildreth Show. I'm Dylan Hildreth, and we are going to be reacting to Ashleigh Banfield's creepy, never before seen footage shows Brian Kohberger shopping after the brutal Idaho student murders. So, as we all know, Ashleigh is a very, very useful idiot in this case, being a megaphone for the Moscow, Idaho cabal of Moscow PD, of Bill Thompson, Ashley Jennings, the whole cabal. She is a very willing participant in this. Let's see what old Ashleigh Banfield has to say about this. Very creepy, disturbing footage. I wonder what's in it. I've seen some of it, but I don't understand the relevance of it. But apparently Ashleigh does. So let's see what Ashleigh has to say.
I'm Ashleigh Banfield, and this is Drop Dead Serious. And I nearly dropped today when I saw video that's just been unsealed after, almost 3 years of gag order in the Brian Kohberger murders.
Okay, so, first of all, if you truly believe that Kohberger was the one that did it, first of all, it wouldn't be the Kohberger murders. You would call it the Idaho 4. You would say the murders of Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Goncalves, Anna Kernodle, and Madison Mogan. You don't make the killer the famous one. That is simple ethics. But, of course, as we know, ethics when it comes to News Nation and true crime, it isn't a thing.
This stuff, I can't explain it, but I am
Well, that's because you don't have the brain power to, but anyway.
Transfixed watching it. Up until now, we've really not seen anything of Brian Kohberger after he takes that goddamn selfie.
That evil selfie that he may or may not have taken before or after the murder. And we don't know the exact time. We think it's the day after, but anyway.
Couple hours after murdering 4 kids in their beds, he cleans himself up in his shower, and then he takes a selfie with a thumbs up. So proud.
That's every selfie that he does. Pretty much every selfie he does is a thumbs up. I mean, so it's actually nothing out of the ordinary, and it's really a nothing burger.
Out of his work, right? That's about 10 o'clock in the morning after his 4 a.m. murders. Today, we're now seeing what he did after that. Surveillance video has now been released of Brian Kohberger's every move after that selfie. That self-important.
Oh my God, he went to Costco. That proves it. He did it. That proves it.
Important, filthy, disgusting selfie. Turns out Brian had a hankering for some groceries and some coffee. And he did what most of us do on any given Sunday. We go out shopping. We go to stores. We go get coffee. But the rest of us don't murder people just hours beforehand. So
again, show me the damning evidence that can you show me something that shows that he actually committed these murders? Or you just doing what you normally do and just talk out of your ass?
Gray Hughes from Gray Hughes Investigates.
Oh yeah, because he's a very upstanding person. from everything that I've heard about Gray Hughes, it ain't good.
It's a YouTube channel show, was able to get his hands on these videos first, and he put them together in a really good sequential way. And so I called him and asked if he would just jump on this podcast with me to sort of do play by play and, narrate everything that was released and what we're seeing. But first, I just want to say a big thank you to you for supporting me and coming to this channel and watching.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it support. I mean, you've become a very easy, you make it very easy for me to do what I like to do best, and that's call out BS liars. So, thank you for that, Ashleigh. I truly appreciate it.
My podcasts,
Yeah.
and Morgan & Morgan is one of them. Important $1 billion, thousand. A big to start is that. You can also YouTube call. I wanted to ask you just
All right. Yep, she had to get the bills paid for her spewing her BS, but anyway, let's roll on.
Gray, this video is absolutely jaw-dropping, and I was so transfixed.
The faces of ignorance is right here. Good old Gray Hughes and Ashleigh Banfield. Useful idiots.
Next, watching it, I wanted to ask you just before we start showing it.
What, you're transfixed on somebody going to Costco? Okay.
Did you have the same reaction I did? Like the hair stood up on my arms.
Yeah, I don't know if I felt like just like that, but I was looking at it like, man, this is so creepy. This guy had just killed 4 people just the same day, but like 8 hours before, and he's just driving around, hanging out, buying coffee, doing whatever normal people might seem to be doing. I don't think anybody looking at him thought, man, that guy is weird or creepy. Maybe they thought he was weird or creepy looking, whatever, but
not someone you needed to avoid.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Because there's no evidence to point to it. Gray Hughes investigates. What the fuck are you investigating, Gray? Huh? Because I know it ain't this. This isn't investigating that you're doing. This is propaganda, is what you're doing here. Because, again, there's nothing here that is relevant.
Well, let's go to the first. This is the first part of the video where he walks in to the Costco, all of these unsuspecting people around him. Walk me through.
These unsuspecting people, they don't know they could be next.
What we're about to see.
Well, it looks like Kohberger.
Oh my god, he's talking to the door attendant. Oh my gosh. Yep, that proves it. He did it.
He enters the entrance to a Costco, and he's obviously having a drink of something, but his left arm
that would be water.
Is sort of hanging low. It seems like he's holding his hand kind of strangely there.
Oh my goodness, the amount of times I have to freaking stop this. Good lord. We're gonna be here till the afternoon. He's walking normal.
And then he eventually puts it in his pocket, and we know that that's the hand that had the Band-Aid on it in his selfie that he took just an hour and a half or so, or 2 hours before this.
But the greeter has stopped him, and clearly, I know Costco, you got to show your membership card, and he's not doing that.
I mean, isn't that like one of the most obvious things in the world? Who doesn't know that when you go to Costco, you need the card?
You can't walk in. And he got blocked, and that was it. Out he went. He didn't get any further. But you're right. He had his hand in his pocket. And
But you mean like a normal person? You just kind of stick it in the pocket. I mean that. This is nothing. This is absolutely nothing.
that's the hand that we know now had the bandage on it in the thumbs up selfie, which had been taken just a couple hours prior to this.
Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely crazy. That you see that selfie, and that's one he took not too long after he went back to Moscow and then drove home And then an hour later, he takes the selfie. Then an hour or so after that, he takes off and goes down here. And here he is, getting kicked out of a Costco.
So this is important to note. This is Clarkston, Washington, and it's in the Costco that is like 33 miles south of Pullman and Moscow. It's like a 40-minute drive. He's not close to home.
Now, he's quite a ways down there. It seems like he's over there scouting maybe where to put the knife and maybe the clothing that he was wearing. I mean, I can show you on a map where the yeah.
So then
just
tell me
in
where we
general.
are and navigate here.
Okay. What? Okay. If you were trying to scout where you were going to dump something, you would be doing it before the act, not after. I mean, this, oh my goodness. Like, are we for real right now? If you're gonna scout out a plan to do something like this, you are going to map everything out from start to finish before you commit the act that really puts you on a clock. I mean, this would be scout. If that were to make any sort of sense, this would come well before the murders, not hours after. And you wouldn't go somewhere that obviously have cameras everywhere like a Costco would to place you in that area. I mean, it's common sense. But of course, with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, that's not a thing.
Yeah, like way up here, I have a bunch of maps and stuff on my screen, but way up here is Pullman, Washington, and then clear down here is, Lewiston, Idaho, and then Clarkston, Washington, and it's right here is the Costco, and I think this is the entrance he was in, I believe, and then he parked back here, and you'll see in a minute his car actually drives out right along here and then exits this direction. So I don't know if you can see it, but like right here, my mouse is pretty small here, but
This
right
is the
there.
road that we're about to see him drive because he walks out of the Costco, and then Lindsay, let's put that next video up where he walks out of the Costco and gets into his white Elantra. And every time I see this, I just think, God, this is the car that we were looking for so long.
Well, they were looking for a 2011 to 2013 white Honda Elantra, which you can look at all the footage on the 1112 King Road that doesn't even, you can't even put a specific car on what is what because of the grainy footage, the headlights, but of course we're not going to question anything because God forbid they actually do some investigating if Gray Hughes investigates, because he's not investigating shit.
Mhm.
And here it is, on surveillance, plain as day, not at night, not with the headlights. This is his vehicle that we're going to see in this picture. So the police have a beat on him, almost like every spot that he covered in Clarkston. Even though it was so small, that car, they were able to analyze, probably in real time, dozens and dozens and dozens of hours to find that little white Elantra making that trip.
Yeah, no, it's they have him. You wouldn't believe some of on that surveillance footage, some of the shots that they noticed. I mean, I'm talking.
Oh my God, they got a car leaving Costco. Oh my God.
It's
about
tiny.
On a reflection on a car up in a corner. I mean, it's the weirdest thing.
It's incredible.
It's amazing work. But yeah, right here is where it's pulling out.
Okay.
You're just about to see it go here, and then you'll see it go up this direction, and then from there it kind of comes up, and then we'll be going to Kate's Cup of Joe, which is, I don't know if you can see it on the screen there. Let's see. Yeah, right over here.
So he's driving from he got blocked at Costco and
Mhm.
told, bugger off, you don't have a membership card. So
Or he was going there to ask about a membership and to get some information on it. I mean, there are many different ways that could have played out. But yeah, we're going to go with the worst possible case scenario because he's absolutely guilty 100%. With what evidence? None.
he gets in the car and he drives to Kate's Cup of Joe. Lindsay, let's look at that
Right over
next video. He's driven out of the Costco parking lot. It's that little teeny, Elantra. There it goes to the left of your screen. Heading out, he's going to turn to the right and drive up that roadway. And the next video is going to be Kate's Cup of Joe. What's interesting is that he just drives by it, Gray. He doesn't stop at Kate's Cup of Joe. If that's what he was looking for, if he was looking to get a coffee or something to eat,
there.
explain where you'll see his car next.
What? Why did you point that out if he wasn't going to stop there? That makes no sense. Okay. All right.
It'll come in right at that, on the upper right-hand corner. There's a little hut-looking thing with a roof on it. Something that's interesting to notice, though, is he doesn't come on that road right there. So you know that road that's right there outside? He seems
That's
to
the Elantra there, right?
right, he comes in,
Okay.
but it's almost like he drove across from the Walmart parking lot into Kate's Cup of Joe, because you don't see him on that street right before he's turning right to go in there. Because
He's
he's
also
coming. It's
like
pretty
really
interesting.
slow. Are you noticing this? Like
Oh yeah,
driving really slow.
yeah. It's kind of similar to when he was driving on Walanta Drive a couple times after the DoorDash driver got there. He's
Yeah.
driving so slow, watching that DoorDash driver, just
Like
like
look
that.
at this.
It's almost like he's lost. Like he doesn't know exactly where to go. Or, well, if you ask Tweedledee and Tweedledum, he's stalking his next victims. Dun dun dun!
So there's another interesting thing that happens in just a second on the right-hand side of the screen. Explain what
I bet it's very, very interesting.
happens with the car just as it almost goes out of frame there.
Yeah, it just stops. Like you were saying. Maybe he is texting his mom or something at this time. I mean, he texts his mom all the time. I don't know how many times during that day, but we know he was just before. What was that? Just before he drove to Moscow at 9 in the morning, he was on the phone.
Yeah.
I think even while he
Oh,
was.
and then when he was at the house,
Yeah.
that 9 a.m. revisit, maybe looking for the night sheath, he's on the phone with his mom.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if she called him or if if he's got a phone call going while he's just stuck there. Like he's not pulling out, he's not waiting for traffic. So it was 12:40 when he was at Kate's Cup of Joe. Now he's driven from Kate's Cup of Joe 3 minutes by car to Albertsons. This is the parking lot of Albertsons. That's his car right
Yeah.
there, right?
It didn't show that he stopped. He was still moving. And if he did stop, the reasonable explanation was he's punching in Albertsons on his GPS. I mean, like, not every single thing that he does, there's nothing here that is out of the ordinary.
Right?
Yeah, so he leaves that Kate's Cup of Joe parking lot to go to Albertsons at 12:43:41, and then makes sense. About 2.5 minutes later, he's pulling into Albertsons right here, and he drives back, and you can see him. He sort of parks behind there he is in the upper left, pulling in behind sort of a dark
Yeah.
pickup truck with a back on it.
So weirdly, this Albertsons parking lot is like right beside the Costco. So he left the Costco, he drove 3 minutes to Kate's Cup of Joe, did that weird little U-turn driving slowly through the parking lot, and then drove the 3 minutes all the way back to the Albertsons, which is like the parking lots are adjacent to each other. There he is driving in. There's the back of the vehicle, another view of it coming into the Albertsons parking lot.
I can show you guys. I can show you how close they are if you want to take a look.
Yeah.
So here is this right here is the Costco, and then just right there is the Albertsons.
So the
he-
parking lots are butted up to each other.
Right, so he drove like 2.5 miles to get a coffee or something. I don't know. He's at Costco probably trying to get a coffee, And then he probably went over to Kate's Cup of Joe and for some reason didn't buy one. And then he goes all the way over to Albertsons. But what something I just want to say something really quick. So earlier when he pulls into
My question would be, how do we know that this is the sequel? Like, can we really trust Gray Hughes at this point? If he's sitting here saying Brian Kohberger is guilty and there's no need to question, along with some of the stuff that I've heard that he said about other creators, I don't trust this guy. I mean, maybe he did stop to get a cup of Joe. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he was going to go that way and then elected not to. Or he just got lost. I mean, not everything that happens here is absolutely nefarious.
Kate's Cup of Joe, which is right here. Let's see. Yeah, right there, I think. It's hard to make it out. But like he drove by like this.
Yeah.
Literally
don't
where
see
it
him on the
says
road
Cup of
coming
Joe,
this
but
direction, even though he left Costco
Sure.
and went this way. So I'm wondering if he kind of went into even the Walmart parking lot for a moment and then came back over here and turned right and then turned in to there. But we don't have that surveillance. But he definitely, you can't see him driving right there.
Yeah, he's just skulking around. He's good at that. He's just a skulking human being.
he's skulking. He's skulking. Whatever that means.
Barely a human being. Okay, so now he's back at an Albertsons parking lot. It's 12:46. This is 9 minutes since he left the Costco and was blocked and told to take a hike.
Or again, he was trying to get information on a Costco membership.
And he walks into this Albertsons and he's caught on video from the back, like at the back of his head. But I think you can see him, right? That's him in the parking lot right there.
Even there, he just sort of walks. I mean, I don't know. We might be over analyzing him, but he just, the way he walks with his arms. I don't know. It's just strange to me, the whole thing.
I mean, again, he is not a normal person. He is. I mean, this has been well established. He's a very different individual.
There he is right there. So he comes in and then they cut 6 minutes out because he disappears somewhere in the store.
Oh, they cut it out.
Yeah, there's two different clips. You put them together and then there's 6 minutes of missing time because you can just still see him right there off to the left in the middle there. And then 6 minutes later, he pops back up on the screen.
He's at the self-checkout?
Yeah, it's the self-checkout right there.
Over on the left-hand side?
There he is right there.
You know what I keep thinking about all these people, all these unassuming shoppers on a Sunday midday, literally brushing up against a maniacal killer who has just finished his hand.
Oh my goodness, they're walking next to a quadruple murderer, even though we have no proof that he did. Come on. Okay, I've wasted enough time. This is a nothing burger. I mean, good Lord. Absolutely no brain functioning happening with Ashleigh Banfield or Gray Hughes. None. Zero. Zilch. I've said this on Dago's channel. If you believe wholeheartedly, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum here, you are not an investigator. You are a parrot. You are a useful idiot. That is what we are seeing. That is what we're seeing here. A useful idiots is what these two people are to the cabal of Moscow, Idaho. That is what we are seeing here. So, I think I've spent enough time on this, but let me know if you like this kind of content where I just kind of go in and clobber idiots around. I do enjoy it. So I'm definitely want to do more stuff like this. So let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that notification bell is on so you don't miss any football, racing, true crime, news, and we'll see you all in the next one.